What on earth are you doing? You've contaminated everything.
No, I just took some tubes that weren't in use.
Okay, you're cute, Leonardo, but it's time to get to work now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but actually I'm practicing for the online session. Liquid dispensing. Opening.
Frankie.
Hello everybody and welcome to ABE Live, your microbiology rendezvous. I am 𝗖𝗵𝗽𝗀𝗻, Communication Manager at ABE, and today I am with Bertine. Hello Bertine.
Hi Sylvain.
How are you?
I'm all right. And how about yourself?
Yeah, very good. Can you first introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Bertine. I'm part of the export department as regional sales manager for more than 3 years now. I'm glad to be here with you today for this live session.
Thank you, Bertine. So as you know, today we are going to talk about culture media preparation and especially culture media dispensing. So here is the program. So first we will talk about liquid dispensing with a peristaltic pump, so the DOSYWEL UP. We will after that watch together a culture media manufacturer testimonial. We will also play together Who Wants to Win a BACTEKI, and we will present you our brand new equipment, the POLYWEL UP. So just a reminder before we start this online session, I will ask some questions to Bertine, but what is very interesting is you can also send your questions on the chat, and we will take time at the end of this session to answer at every question. So really feel free to ask, don't hesitate. Okay, Bertine, shall we start now?
Let's go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So first, can you introduce Alliance Bioexpertise?
Yes. So Alliance Bioexpertise, or ABE, is a French company that is based in the west part of France, and to be precise, it's in Brittany, and we specialize in microbiology. We design and we manufacture solutions that cover every step of microbiology lab workflow. From sample collection, media and sample preparation, and all the way through to decontamination and waste treatment. So our main goal, you understand, is to provide reliable solution for your daily lab needs.
Okay, thank you. So first, as I said, we are going to talk about culture media dispensing with a peristaltic pump. Which types of laboratories are concerned by this kind of application?
Well, Sylvain, and also for you who are following us, the liquid dispensing and the dispensing with the pump will be involving a lot of sectors. For example, in food industry, there is a need to fill different media and tubes, for example, for cereal dilution. So here, there is a need to deal with a lot of containers with large volumes. The clinical sector will be mostly working with Petri dishes and bottles. In cell culture research, there is a wide range of type of containers that are required to be filled with different type of media and liquids, and therefore this will depend on the protocol and the application. But also, Sylvain, we have some specific industry like the seed industry, where there are some specific containers and jars that are used for germination and growth applications. So you understand that beyond this example, there is a need to have a standardization to the level of the liquid dispensing in labs.
Yes, and so what are the important things to consider when you are choosing a peristaltic pump?
Sylvain, choosing a peristaltic pump, we consider 3 criteria. The first one, it is the ergonomy, the footprint, how easy to use the pump. We also think about the application, different field of use that can be eligible with that pump. Also, the performance. Here, I want to talk about the throughput or, for example, the precision, depending on the application.
Well, guess what? There is a peristaltic pump just next to you.
Yes.
Can you introduce it?
Yeah, so this is the DOSYWEL UP. It is the latest generation of peristaltic pump from ABE.
And does this pump meet the specifications you mentioned just before?
Well, let's take an example from the ergonomy standing point. As you can see, this is a very compact pump. It is very small, so it does not take a lot of space on the bench. But also you see that it has an integrated handle, so I can move it and carry it everywhere in the lab where it is needed. Also, the smooth surface is very easy to clean without mentioning this ergonomic, user-friendly interface with a touchscreen and an ambidextrous keyboard for all operators.
And now, what about the performance?
Well, speaking about the performance, here, for example, for the dosing part, this DOSYWEL UP will deliver volume ranging from 1 ml up to 10 liters. If I talk about flow rate, now the DOSYWEL can deliver up to 2 liters per minute. But you understand that both the precision and the filling time are very important. This will depend also on your specific requirements and condition. For example, the volume that are dispensed, the type of tubing used. It's very important to have the overall efficiency. If I try to illustrate this with example, we have prepared a performance table for you with a lot of conditions, different criteria, different size of volume and tubing to help you set your configuration. For instance, if I want to dispense 9 ml using a 3.2 millimeter tubing, I will expect to have a precision around 99%, and pay attention, the duration time will be 1.55 seconds.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you have another example like this?
Well, Sylvain, the other example could be dispensing, for example, in a large volume. This, for example, 1 liter bottle. This time using an 8 millimeter tubing, I will expect to obtain a precision around 99%. The duration time will be around 43.3 seconds.
Okay. For information, this performance table is available for you. We will put it in the chat, so if you want to download it and check all the information, feel free to do it. Now, what kind of applications are available with the DOSYWEL UP?
The DOSYWEL UP is compatible with multiple applications, starting from the dosing. The dosing, it is to dispense one volume, one precise volume, or series of multiple doses. The other application, Sylvain, it could be, for example, use the continuous mode. Some of you may be working with automated system that require that the liquid will be dispensed over a set period of time. Another application as well could be, for example, a flow rate mode. This is to have a specific flow that is maintained during the dispensing. I am thinking about, for example, people who are dealing with filtration purposes.
Okay, so now we really want to see the DOSYWEL UP in action. Can you show us how to use it?
Without further ado, let's see how the DOSYWEL UP works. Very simple. So as you understand, you have the possibility to dispense in different containers, different size, different volumes. For this live, we have selected a program of 9 milliliter to dispense into tubes. So once you have selected your program here, all you do is to click on the button to start it. And you see immediately the pump will propose you the adjustment of the volume you want to make sure that you have the right volume. You can use a measuring cylinder or a balance or any other way you use to adjust the volume. In this case, I will use my tube here I have prepared, that is graduated. So I will ask the pump to deliver 9 ml. So I click here, and the pump will deliver 9 ml. So this is around 8.5. So I can adjust and ask the pump to give me exactly 9 ml. So I write around here 8.5. I confirm and I restart again the process. And in this time, I see that I have 9 ml. So my adjustment is done. Now I am ready to start dispensing.
Normally, you have to use another tube when you do the adjustment. When you adjust.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
For
this
yeah.
demo, we just want to show you, but I'm sure that some of you are already aware for the calibration. But yes, to change the volume, to remove the dead volume from the measurement. So the adjustment is done. So let's proceed with the dispensing. So I confirm that I have 9 ml. And I take my tubes here. What I can do, I can, for example, pick up my nozzle here and start dispensing. I click on the button and the pump will dispense and will give me an interval time to move the nozzle from one tube to another. And I can proceed and dispense in all my containers until I finish. If I want to pause, I click once here on the button. And if I click 2 times, I will stop the filling program.
You can adjust also this interval time between the tubes.
Yes, Sylvain. If you need more time to adjust, you can, of course, extend the time, interval time, or if you are very fast, of course, you can reduce it.
Okay, great. Are there any tools or accessories that can be used with this pump?
Yes, we have highlighted some accessories to improve the productivity, starting from this nozzle holder that you have seen. So I can just have the nozzle on this holder and then deal with my containers with my hands. The other accessory will be the use of the dispensing gun. So we have this dispensing gun right here that I connect to the pump. And then thanks to the button on top, I click and I deliver 1 dose. And I proceed this way. Tubes, containers, like Petri dish and other can be used with this dispensing gun. We have also a foot switch. This is, as you understand, will be used with your feet. So basically, it's just right here on the ground, you can see. All I do is to click with my foot and the pump will deliver that dose. Also, most importantly, we also have the possibility to connect a second pump on this DOSYWEL. This will open multiple applications. Whether you want to increase the speed in the turbo mode, so you have one source of liquid and you want to go very fast, so you can have 2 pumps connected together so you go very fast. Or you have a reconstitution application where you are dealing with 2 different media and you will reconstitute them in one container. So the possibility to have a second pump is also available.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Here you filled some tubes, but if I have larger volumes, I mean 200 tubes, 300, 500, even more, what should I do?
Wow, Sylvain, even for you who are following us, I'm sure that some of you are dealing with large volumes, therefore a lot of containers. In this way we have...
Oh, wait, Bertin, just keep this answer for later, because first, let's watch together a testimonial and see you right after.
Bom dia! Hi! Today we're in Porto, northern Portugal. We are going to visit a famous customer in the Portuguese microbiology, company named 𝗖𝗵𝗽𝗀. Let's go!
Bom dia! Bem-vindos à 𝗖𝗵𝗽𝗀 em Portugal. 𝗖𝗵𝗽𝗀 is a Portuguese company in Porto dedicated to commercialize lab products such as equipment and consumables for microbiology, cell culture and molecular biology. In the beginning, we only import products from our suppliers, but then we started to produce our own products.
In my daily basis, I use ABA equipment to prepare culture media batches. I use the media well to do the sterilization cycle. Then for the distribution, I use the DOSYWEL if I'm making plates, or I use the POLYWEL if I'm making tubes or bottles.
We start with bottles for water sampling, and then we installed 3 years ago a laboratory for production of ready-to-use plates and flasks and tubes. And Allianz BioExpertise were with us from early beginning.
My first year was not as hard as I thought it would be, and AB equipment helped with that because all of the equipment is very simple and practical. So in general, I think that I had an easy adaptation.
Nowadays, to fight this pandemic, we started to produce also swabs for viral transport media. Come to visit us.
Okay, so first a big thank you to the whole team of 𝗖𝗵𝗽𝗀 for this testimonial. It was a pleasure to visit your company, and it's always interesting to see how it works inside a culture media manufacturer. And of course, if you want to see this kind of video, other testimonials and other videos around microbiology, I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, I think it's time to play Who Wants to Win a BACTEKI? So the question is, with a DOSYWEL UP and a 3.2 mm tube, how long does it take to dispense 9 ml? Is it A, 5 seconds, which is not that fast, B, 3 seconds, which is encouraging but could be better, C, 2 seconds, now it's getting interesting, or D, 1.55 seconds for sure. So to play is very simple. You just enter A, B, C, or D. I know that you are playing already, and we will do a lottery at the end of this session, and the winner will have this microbiological game, the BACTEKI. Good luck, everybody. Okay, Bertine, sorry again, I stopped you just before, but yes, my question was, if I have larger volumes, what should I do?
If we are dealing with large volumes, a lot of containers, then we have the POLYWEL UP, which is
great.
just right here. The POLYWEL UP, it is the ultimate accessory of the DOSYWEL UP. This is the extension of the DOSYWEL UP that will allow you to dispense fully automated, in a fully autonomous way, all different type of containers you're dealing with. Whether you're filling tubes, bottles, flasks of different size, different volume, jars, you will be able to adapt any container with the POLYWEL UP. So the POLYWEL UP consists of one arm that goes up and down. We have also this arm here that goes left and right, so I will be able to adjust to any size of the container. I have, of course, my tubing that is connected to my peristaltic pump. You remember, this is the DOSYWEL UP that I connect with the cable, and the whole system becomes the POLYWEL UP. And on top of that, we have also the platform, on top of which we will have some rack filled with containers, and therefore the filling will be done at this area.
So you say it's the ultimate accessories of the DOSYWEL UP, but
yes.
Yeah, can you show us how it works?
Yes, very simple. To work with the POLYWEL UP, again, here you will choose the volume you want to dispense and the container. For this session, we have created a program for this rack here filled with tubes, and we have our program here that I will start. And I will dispense 9 ml. I have available volume of around 2 liters. The pump will propose me the number of container I need to have and the number of racks that will be on the platform. Once I validate, you see in orange that the the POLYWEL UP will indicate me where I have to place my rack. Once I have finished, I will validate, and you see automatically the nozzle will come from the initial position and come in front for an easy access to do the adjustment if necessary. Okay. So here, Sylvain, I will proceed with the adjustment like you have done previously with the DOSYWEL UP. I will take a new tube here. So I need to obtain 9 ml, so I will click to obtain my 9 ml. So here, if I see I'm around again 8.5.
Okay.
So
yeah, put it here. Yeah.
I will pour it right there. And I will take a new tube where I will ask again to give me my 9 ml as I want. It's 8.5. And then I'll restart again the process. So it's exactly 9 ml here. So thank you, Sylvain.
No worries.
So I start, I confirm, and once the program is ready, you see I have nothing else to do. The nozzle will go down and will go to the level of each tube and dispense 9 ml without any action from the operator. And you can fill many of the containers. You can adjust the volume. You can adjust the size of the container as well.
Okay. And if you want to stop, it's the same as the DOSYWEL.
The same way, I have my screen here. I click pause to hold. If I want to stop completely the program, I will click a second time, and the POLYWEL UP will stop the dispensing and will go back to the initial position.
Okay. But yeah, here we dispense on the lab studio, which is not very sterile. But how do we dispense under sterile condition?
Wait! What are you doing?
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. I was drinking. Yeah.
Don't do that.
You saved my life. Okay. Yeah, sorry. But how do we dispense at the sterile condition?
That's a good question. And some of you are also wondering how to do to proceed in this way. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you need to autoclave your containers? Do you re-autoclave and reuse your containers? Many labs, to simplify the process, they will start first by filling, and then they will take the rack and sterilize with the media after the filling. In this way, it's more efficient and you simplify the number of steps for the filling. Also, for proceeding this way, it's very important to consider that you also reduce the risk of cross-contamination that can occur during the dispensing under aseptic conditions. Okay. However, we have seen in the testimonial of 𝗖𝗵𝗽𝗀 that it is also possible to use the POLYWEL in a controlled environment where you can dispense in aseptic conditions, typically for those who are working under laminar flow.
Thank you, Bertine. Just a reminder, if you have some questions, as I said, we will take time to answer it at the end of the session, but if you want to send it right now, it's possible, so feel free to send your questions. Bertine, we have seen that you filled this rack. How many tubes can you put in this rack?
Well, in this large rack, I have 250 tubes.
But what happens if I have less tubes?
If you have less tubes, we have another small rack, which is behind you, if you can give it to me.
Sure.
Great, brilliant. So this is the small rack. So if you have less tubes, for example, you can have 125 tubes, you can use this rack here. And also the good thing, Sylvain, with this is after filling, you can go straight to the autoclave with it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's interesting because you mentioned autoclaving. Sometimes you have to screw or unscrew the tubes.
Sure.
And here we can see that it's very tight, so it's not very practical.
Oh, we have another rack for that. For those who want to screw your tubes, we have the flexi rack, which is also next to you. If you can give it to me again. Thank you. So You can see here I have the flexi rack. I have a little bit of space between tubes. In this way, it is easy to do the capping of each tube before you sterilize if you have to proceed that way. The flexi rack offers the possibility to work with tubes from 13 millimeter diameter up to 22 millimeter.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, another question. If I have a specific equipment in my lab that requires specific racks, can I use them also with the POLYWEL UP?
Yes, the answer is yes. And also, if you're wondering that you have in your process already some racks that you want to keep, it is totally possible. What we will do is that we design a custom-made plate that we put on top of the platform, and this custom-made plate will be for your racks. So you can use your in-house racks for your application. We, as you see on the video, but we also have the possibility to fit this specific rack of this size, dimension, smaller ones, bigger ones. It's possible to use any rack that you use in your own lab.
Okay, another topic. Here you are connected to a media preparator, the MediaWell 50.
Yes.
Is it compatible with other culture media sources?
Here we work with our media preparators, the media preparator, automated media from ABE. So if you have the POLYWEL, you have the possibility to connect to any other source of the liquid, any other source of the media. So it is really going to be adapted in your own conditions.
And here you have filled some tubes, but can you fill other containers?
Yes. For example, here we talked about tubes, but I can also fill a flask of 100 ml, 250, but I can also adapt some specific containers like those ones you see here that are specifically for seed industry, and any other container can be used on the platform POLYWEL.
Okay. Just before my next question, we will also put a survey on the chat. This survey will help us to guide you after this session. So we will put it on the chat, and if you want to answer the survey, feel free to do it, and don't hesitate. Yeah, Bertin, let's talk now a bit about performance. First, what's the capacity of the POLYWEL UP?
I will break down the capacity into two steps. The first one is the capacity of the platform, the number of containers I can fit. Using this large rack here, for example, I can fit up to 250 racks. And I can have those four of these on the platform. That's 1,000 tubes. Using the same number of racks, I can have up to 80 bottles of 250 ml. Or if I am working with 1 liter bottles, I can have up to 40 bottles.
Okay, and how long will it take to fill all of that?
So to fill the tubes with 9 ml, for example, it will take roughly 30 minutes to fill 1,000 tubes, 30 minutes. And also for the 40 bottles of 1 liter, it will be roughly 30 minutes. You understand that in this case, the precision is also very important. And with the POLYWEL UP, you have in this configuration the possibility to have an expected accuracy around 98%, and as per the ISO it is around 2% of tolerance deviation limit.
Yeah, you talk about precision. What about the performance if you dispense below 9 ml?
Yeah, well, Sylvain, and also for people who are attending this live session, it is possible to dispense under 9 ml. Simply keep in mind that from 2 to 5 ml, you will have around 95% of the precision. That's 5% of tolerance deviation. And from 5 to 9 ml, it's 98% of precision. That's, again, under 2% of tolerance deviation.
Okay. It will be my last question, Bertin. Can you show us the different accessories?
With the accessories, let's talk about first the racks. I have mentioned many times this, but again, the racks, you have this large rack here, we have the small rack that you have seen. I remind also that you have the flexi rack for capping and the possibility to use tube from 13 millimeter up to 22 millimeter diameter. But also, Sylvain, we have angle load support, which is also behind you. This is an important accessory, especially to help you to put the tubes inside the rack very, very efficiently. On top of that, we have also the top shelf. This is the accessory that is on top of the POLYWEL UP. You see that I can optimize my working space by putting some flasks, some accessories. If I want, I can even put my DOSYWEL UP on top of the shelf. Of course, you have noted that if you have your in-house racks and you need to keep using them with the POLYWEL UP, we can design a custom-made plate for that.
And what about the tubing?
And the tubing, and of course, very important to keep both the precision and the filling time. Here we provide a wide range of tubing size ranging from 1.6 millimeter up to 8 millimeter. And we have this table that will guide you to choose the perfect performance in your respective condition.
Okay, thank you, Bertine. So yeah, as I said, it was my last questions. You did well, but let's put a bit of challenge for you because you have 2 questions.
Yes.
First, the first question is, could you please explain the main differences between the DOSYWEL UP and the DILU pumps integrated into DOSYWEL, POLYWEL or DILUWEL systems?
Yes, so the DOSYWEL UP, this is a standalone pump, so you can use it definitely a standalone unit, you can do the programmation. But if I take an example of the DOSYWEL UP pump, you need to connect it to another unit. For example, you can have to connect it to the DOSYWEL UP or to the DOSYWEL UP to be able to use it.
Okay. But I'm thinking about, for example, the DOSYWEL, you can use the pump also
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's a separate application. For the DOSYWEL, again, the pump is used to feed, of course, the Petri dishes, but you can also use it as a standalone pump, but you will need, yes, to use the DOSYWEL to set your programs.
Okay. And another question, have you ever tried using the POLYWEL UP to dispense media into contact plates or Rodac plates?
Yes, that's a very specific condition. It's true that using a Petri dish and those specific plates, we seldom use the POLYWEL because that's a very specific application. But I'm sure that maybe our team from the marketing team and product manager will have more insight about what is needed to fill the Rodac plates and other challenges related to that.
Yeah, thank you for those two questions. We have other questions, Bertine. What is the size needed to work in a laminar flow, laminar hood? Sorry.
Under the laminar hood, that's a good question. From what I have in mind right now is the weight, of course, of the POLYWEL UP, which is around 48 kilograms. That should be considered. Also, the weight of the containers that will be with the liquid on the POLYWEL UP. Also, of course, the dimensions. So we will share the dimension and also the brochure in the chat, so you can see the right dimension of the POLYWEL UP and also your laminar flow and to see the compatibility. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions. One of the questions,
yes.
When will the IQ/OQ protocols for POLYWEL UP be released?
If I understand the availability of the IQ/OQ documents?
Yeah.
Okay. In roughly 2 months, these documents will be available. So if we have them, of course, we will communicate on our different channels.
Okay, thank you, Bertine. So you still have time if you want to ask some questions. As you said, the brochures also will be available for you, both in languages, French and English. It will be in the chat. Okay, we still have a bit of time for questions, but I think we can also see who is the winner of the BACTEKI. I think the lottery, it's now done. So it's Imani Rice. Congratulations. Bravo, you win the BACTEKI. So yeah, the answer was 1.55 seconds. Well done. Okay, okay, so just to finish this session, I will remind you also that we have a brand new website where you can find all the information about the POLYWEL UP, the DOSYWEL UP, all the accessories, and also all our solutions for microbiology laboratories. And also, you can contact us through this website if you want more details, if you have questions, if you want also a private demonstration on this studio, it's also possible. And last but not least, we will be also at the trade show Analytica in Munich in 1 month. So if you are going to this trade show, feel free to visit our booth. So the booth number, Bertin?
B1538.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, come and visit us. We will be, you will be more than welcome. Okay, so that's the end of this session. Thank you very much for your time. If you have other questions, feel free to write us an email or to contact your local distributor. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bertin, for your time. Happy birthday, because it's your birthday.
Oh, thank you, Sylvain. That's a kind way.
It was a very good time with you for your birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
And yeah, see you very soon for another online session.
See you. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.